Hey thinkers, it's the first week of school, at least it's the first week of school for many of you, and I just want to offer 5 things today that I think will help you in getting some good focus this week and then maintaining that focus and motivation throughout the semester. So there are some obvious things that you should do in the first week of school that we're not really going to focus here today on, but some of those things are going to be printing out your syllabi, the syllabus for each of your classes, and highlighting some of the key things like your professor's office hours, the office location, some of the major tests and exams and quizzes, essays, whatever is going to be due in that class, highlight those dates, and then put all of those dates into your calendar. Then, of course, secure all your resources. If you haven't already done so, get your books, get your pens, pencils, notebooks, paper, and then the Scantrons that you'll probably need for the semester. And there are a lot of other different resources that you'll need, but those would be the essentials that you'll need for every class. Today we're going to focus on 5 things that you probably wouldn't think about doing, but my experience has taught me that these are good habits to perform in the first week that really set a precedence for what you're going to do week in and week out. So the first thing that you should do is sit down and write down why you're in school and what your goals are for the semester. The why can be pretty extensive, but you should have a clear understanding as to why you're in school. The measure or the depth of the why is always going to match your level of dedication throughout the semester. So if your why is really weak, then it's likely that your motivation is going to decrease throughout the semester. If your why is strong though, it allows for you to be able to keep some of that focus and motivation that you need throughout. The other thing is to set a goal, and specifically set some grade goals. What do you want your GPA to be at the end of this semester? Maybe just for this semester. My opinion, always shoot for a 4.0. Why else? What else should you be shooting for if you're in school? Don't shoot for a 3.0. Set the bar high and set a 4.0 standard for yourself. If you're in school, my belief is that you can obtain it, but you're going to have to understand what to do and how to do it. And that's part of why we offer all the tutorials that we do here on YouTube. The second thing is to print out what you wrote down if you typed it, or rip it out of your notebook if you wrote it down. This is important because you set the why and you set the goals for a reason. And if you keep that picture in front of you at all times whenever you're sitting down to study, it's always going to serve as that extra bit of motivation to be able to keep you focused on what you need to focus on. So set that up and put it somewhere where it can be a constant reminder. The third thing is to record what you wrote down on video. There's a simple reason for this. I want you to document it and then keep it available to yourself, but more importantly, I want you to send it to some of your family and your friends that you trust, that you know would hold you accountable whenever you start slipping. It's in those moments when you start waning or feigning during the semester because you're starting to lose a little bit of motivation, that your trusted family and friends can be there to pick you up or to say that one thing or a few things that you need in order to boost up your level of motivation. Now, here's the fourth thing, and it relates to that. Surround yourself with people that are success-minded, that have the same types of goals that you have. You don't want to surround yourself with people who aren't as motivated as you. And if you suffer from having procrastination issues, then one of the worst things that you can do is surround yourself with a bunch of procrastinators. So in your first week, if this means that you have to meet some new friends in your classes, so be it. Get into a social atmosphere where you can start meeting some of these people, start joining clubs, maybe one of the clubs that aligns with what your major is going to be, or maybe one of your hobbies or interests. Whatever it is, surround yourself with people who have like-minded goals as far as why they're in school and what the goal for the semester is going to be. The fifth thing is You need to set a practical schedule for this week and every week. And really what you want to do is try to set a rhythm in this first week that will be a rhythm that you will keep and carry each and every week. But here's the thing. If you start the bar too high, then what you end up doing is you start losing some gas a lot of times in the semester and you don't end up keeping the schedule. So I would recommend that you start in your comfort zone, in a practical place. And what I mean by that is make it realistic and doable. So don't say in the first week that you're going to be studying 40 hours if 40 hours isn't a pace that you're going to be able to keep. I would say start a little bit smaller. Start in the 8 to 10 range, or 5 if that's as low, but I wouldn't recommend going any lower. Set at least an hour per class and really start a good rhythm this week. And then maybe you can increase as the semester goes. But what you do this week and the way that you do it is going to make a difference in how successful you are in meeting the why and meeting the goals that you have. So that's it. These 5 things are typically not something that you're going to hear many people say, but these are things that I found helpful because if I'm being honest, I have struggled in the past with staying motivated throughout the semester, and that's something that many students struggle with. So I've learned that if I write down my goals, if I write down the reason why I'm in school, if I record it, if I paste it on the wall, if I surround myself with people who are like-minded and have the same types of goals that I have, and then if I just try to stay the course and keep that schedule that I have started in that first week, then I always end up doing better. And again, if I'm being honest, then there were only a few semesters that I actually got a 4.0, but I ended up in the long run being able to stay on the dean's list, which is a 3.5 and above, and that is always a good place to be. You want to be able to put yourself in that position where you're separating yourself from the majority. Well, I hope this was helpful. It really is in your best interest to start this week off on the right foot and do these things so that you can set a good pace and keep that pace throughout the semester. If you like this video, please share it with your friends because again, if they're in school, this is something that's going to be valuable to them. Also, subscribe to the channel so that you can receive updates whenever we post new videos, which we post every Tuesday and Thursday. And then also check out our website. It's still in development right now, but we're changing things on a weekly basis and we're going to have some really cool resources for you guys coming up here in the near future. So go there, subscribe to our email so that we can keep in contact with you that way. Well, I hope you have a good first week of school. Learn, develop, grow. That's why we're here. I'm Dr. Jason Wright with Think It Clear, and I'll see you next time.